Economic freedom fighters say they will not participate in the election of a new Speaker of the National Assembly. Parliament's National Assembly Programme Committee, well, the Parliament is meeting tomorrow to do this. It comes after Thandi Modise resigned as Speaker and has now been appointed as Defence Minister. In the running for the position from the ANC, their nominee is Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, the former Defence Minister. Joining me now is the Masibulele Xaso, Secretary to the National Assembly. Mr. Xaso, good afternoon to you, sir. How does the election proceed tomorrow? How will the election of a new Speaker for the National Assembly actually work?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you so much for this opportunity to explain what will happen tomorrow. Firstly, the sitting is scheduled for 11 o'clock, and in terms of the Constitution, a sitting of this nature where you must elect a speaker is presided over by the Chief Justice or another judge that designated by the Chief Justice to do so. Now, in this instance, this sitting will be chaired by Judge President Xaso tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Now, the way things will unfold tomorrow is that the Judge President will call for nominations. We do know that the ANC has indicated publicly its nomination, so we expect a nomination from the ANC. If there's only one nomination, then there is no voting by secret ballot. That nominee, that candidate is declared elected as Speaker. And of course, the President will be given an opportunity to say a few words from the chair. However, if there is a second nomination or even a third nomination, then there's going to be a time when the ballot papers must be prepared for members to vote. We go through that process. It's not going to take that long. It shouldn't be more than, we hope, not more than 30 minutes. And of course, we come back, members cast their ballots. Now, we have prepared 3 venues for members to occupy tomorrow so that we can be compliant in terms of COVID regulations, social distancing, and otherwise. So there will be some in the main chamber, another in another chamber, smaller chamber, and other members from the public gallery. But the key point I want to make is that they will be compliant with COVID regulations. So we vote, members vote, and then, of course, after they've voted, all of them, we will then, the votes will be counted, and the Chief Justice comes back, the Judge President comes back to announce the outcome of the vote. We have received names of members who will be attending physically. The number at this point in time, at midday today, it was 217 members who will be coming so that they can participate in the vote tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
So, Mr. Xaso, just to understand, was it Chief Justice Mogoeng who nominated the Western Cape Judge President John Hlophe to chair tomorrow's session?
It was the acting Chief Justice Zondo who nominated Judge President to preside tomorrow.
Okay. We understand that an organization called the Nation Movement has written to Parliament suggesting that it believes Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula is not fit for the position of National Assembly Speaker. It seems to be suggesting the National Assembly should not go ahead with tomorrow's election. Are you aware of that letter? Could that prevent this from taking place?
I've not seen it myself. I've heard that there's a letter, I've been in meetings, so I must still look at the letter. Obviously, we will interact with what is said in the letter together with our legal department, and there will be a response to that by the acting Speaker, Tsenoli, as soon as we have gone through the letter. Yeah.
At this stage, the election still goes ahead?
At this stage, the election is proceeding. There was a meeting of whips this morning, and the election is going ahead tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
The EFF has said it won't take part in the election. The DA may oppose, as I understand it. Are you worried that this election won't have legitimacy? It will be legally correct if the numbers are there, but are you worried about the legitimacy of it?
Well, contestation is part of parliamentary politics and parliamentary democracy. I mean, you may recall that in 2014, the position of Speaker was contested by the DA. So it won't be happening for the first time. So there will be that. So we're not worried about that at all. Of course, we would have preferred that all parties participate in the proceedings. But I mean, parties are free to decide how they deal with these matters, given whatever intention they have about the issue.
Masibulele Xaso, Secretary to the National Assembly. Mr. Xaso, I do appreciate the time. Thank you very much indeed. Well